Hi everyone, it's Laurel here from Forever Purple Creations, and it has been a hot minute for sure. I know it's not Halloween anymore, and we're now all in the Christmas swing, but you can't tell that to my brain because my brain creates the way it creates, and I had to get my Halloween project finished before I could go into Christmas because that's where my brain was at. Haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm not making any more excuses of why I'm not here. It is just what my life is. It's just crazy and busy, and this is how it goes. So I am here to share my DT project for Tracy Fox Creative, or Love Junk Journals, or whatever you want to call it, on Facebook and YouTube and Etsy. And I did this project based off of her Creep on June playing cards. And I'm doing this on my phone today because for some reason this just looks so much better than my new webcam, and I'm not understanding why. I'm struggling with the webcams lately and getting them to look right. So I know some of it's being cut off. I can back it up a little bit, I think. Hopefully I can back it up without pausing. But then you're going to see stuff around my room, and I'm sorry, it's kind of a big project, but I'm really excited to share it with you. So I had so much fun making this after the last one I did in June with all of the paper stuff and the Creep on June. Once I started touching this, certain ideas started coming, and they came slowly, but once my hands get going and my brain gets going, then I can't stop. So whenever I had a free minute, I was working on this. I hope everybody's doing well. I miss you all. I do keep up and watch videos and everything, though, when I'm on my downtime and stuff. So here it is. So this is my project. I will halfway through try and I'm going to pause just because you'll see. But I'm going to have to pause, and then I'll be right back. It'll only take a brief second for you. So this is my project. And of course my phone's going to ring, so hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I swear I could sit here all day and my phone never rings until the minute I try and do something. So anyway, I had posted a brief picture on what I was going to be using to make this, and I tried to film as I was making it, different parts of it, but my brain does not work that way. I don't always have everything around me that I want to use. I don't always know where I'm going with a project. It just kind of comes along as I'm working, and it's not a quick process. So as much as I tried to film, I just finally had to get this project done. So anyway, I apologize for that. It is just really hard for me to try and film things like this. I keep working on it, but I haven't figured that part out yet. So anyway, I'm going to bring it a little closer and show you little bits and pieces, and I'm going to try and tilt this so you can see now. Remember, I've got my phone in a little setup here, so because I need both of my hands. So we'll see if I can do this. And I hope this isn't too loud because I'm right here by my phone. So anyway, I took a box. I'm going to hold it up for a minute. One of these are the little like frame boxes from the dollar store. And then this little casket thing has a tree on it and a spider, and then you can kind of see through it. These were from Michael's, and I purchased 2 of them because I needed a part from another one for this. And it's a little casket that opens, and it also has a built-in light in it. So I wanted this part in it. Then I also used one of the little palettes from the dollar store, and this is one of the crates from the dollar store, and this is another little light thing that was like an old-time lantern with a little light up candle in it, and I cut that apart and used it for the top of this. The pumpkins and things like that, I think these are from the dollar store. The skulls are from the dollar store. These bones, there's I have all these little coal jars that Target had, so that's where these bones came from. And of course we have Tracy's digitals in there. And So yeah, I'll kind of go over what I did. So I put all these pieces together first. I'm going to back it back up and see if I can see what I'm doing. So I put this on top of here, and it is tilted because when you open this, it opens on an angle because of the shape of it. So I needed it to be able to open. I created a fence out of tree branches from outside. I stuck this little cat on there. He's not proportionate, but I just thought he was cute, so I just stuck him in there real quick, and there's a little spider web. So these are just little pieces of a tree branch that I broke off and drilled some holes and put that in the wood. And then this this like brick stuff is also from, and I think you can see it, yeah you can, is also from the dollar store, and then I just glued that on the box. Everything was first painted with black gesso just so it would accept everything else that I was using on it. I did use the waxes. I'll show you which ones I used. Hold on. So these are the 3 waxes that I used on the project. This is like a green brocade. I used my favorite one, which is the electric violet. And then I also used rich copper because I just thought these went with the color scheme of the digitals and, you know, for Halloween. So that's what you see all over all of this. And this has like a green tint, so it's like the purple, copper, and green. And yes, you know me and my purple. And I love when I get to do things in purple. And then you'll see some spider webs here and here. These are all cut out of those long rolls like this stuff that you get at the dollar store, but they had spider webs on them, so I had one in silver and one in purple. So those are I'm going to turn it so you can see. There's some on here and on the bottom, on the back, and then it's all around the box. I did it all around the box after I used the waxes on the box. And then this is a little swirly thing. I think I got this at the dollar store as well. It's just a decoration piece. So the reason that I created this like this is because you know me, I like interactive things. I like things to move. I like, oh, my little cat came off. Let's get our little cat back on here. I like things to move. I like things to light up. So this, of course, does both. And it took me a little bit to figure out what I had in my brain to get it down. So it took a little bit to create that. Good thing I love math, and I'm good with math, because I just love the challenge of figuring things out and see if I can make it work. So the first thing, and then I took skulls and I did them with the wax. I used this as a brown and this is the purple, and I thought it would be cool to have those as a tree. And then I took 2 of the spider webs, the silver one and the purple one, and put them on there on like their, their collars, which I just thought was kind of cute. And then I just put random spider webs in different places. And here is the 3 pumpkins, the purple ones, which I just think are so pretty. Again, just decoration with spider webs. And now this spider, I made this out of beads and wire. It's all put together in one piece. It is something that I saw on Instagram. So cool. I thought it was such a great idea. And he even has a bunch of eyes. I did it in little, the little colored diamantes, the flat ones. And then, yeah, and then I did this with the wax and stuff as well, just to give it some color. So it's just a little spider hanging out on the pumpkins. And then over here, this one, these are some of the bats that came in the little jars from Target. And I did them with the rock candy from Tim Holtz. I did color 2 of the rock candies. I did a purple one and I did a brown one. And so I did the bats, and you can see some of them have eyes. Not all of them, but some of them have eyes. And then I covered the tree in grit paste, and I mixed in some purple wax in with the grit paste to give it a color for the tree trunk to be a deeper purple. And then there's a little spider right there hanging from the tree, and he has some eyes. So then I did the wings with the rock candy, or the bats with the rock candy, and then I put some moss down on here, and then put the bats on, so it's kind of like a bat tree. So then you take this, and I'm going to try and do it and make it pop. We'll see if I can get it to pop open. There we go. And it pops open, and there's some webbing in here on this side. And then on this side, there's just a floating skull. And I left it pretty much white and just did some purple. And there are some little bones down in there. I don't know if you can see them. Again, I'm going to try. I'm doing this on my phone because I just think it's a lot clearer. So we'll see how it goes. And then I cut out an entire web, all the insides and everything, so it was hollow. So it looked more like a web, so you didn't see the black netting. I wanted you to be able to see the skull. Excuse me, I haven't talked this much in a while. So then I created another little spider, and this one's in blues, and he has eyes as well, and he's got his little eggs right there, his little egg sac right there. I just thought it was a cute addition. So that's the inside of that. I had something else in here, but I didn't think it quite went with the theme. So maybe next year I'll use that for something else. So we're just going to close that for now. And then on top of here, I took the bones that I got from Target and just kind of glued them all together. And there's some spider webbing back there. And then we have this black, that creepy cloth from the dollar store. And then I just covered them with some wax to give them a little bit of a brownish look. And then there's a spider here, and I broke some of the pieces of wood and put it up here just so that looked like a little crooked house. And I covered the bottom with some paper, and yeah, as you can see, it moves. I didn't want to show you that yet, but, and then the back has the background paper to the Creep on June, and some has some holes in there. It's broken open, and all this is really hard to see because there's just no good way to film this, but I'll try and take some close-up pictures. So what I did is I took two of the pictures that I thought went together really well. And she has them matching, a dark and a light. But I wanted a guy and a girl because I wanted part of this to be for the daytime for your decoration and part of this to be for the nighttime of your decoration. So I picked the two that I thought looked like they were a couple and were the two scarecrow ones like this. This is the female one, and I didn't give them names, but she's the girl scarecrow, and I'll bring her closer and show you what I did in a minute. But first, I want to show you the top. So up here, let's see if I can tip this. There is a little hat up here, and it has a spider on it. It's on the other side, but that came on one of those sprig things with some other stuff. Oh, sorry, you're seeing my TV. I don't want you to see the TV. We don't want to do that. So that's what's up there, and this is what works the mechanism. So anyway, I want to bring this in close so you can see. So I took the images, and they are on a really thick vellum, and then I covered them with some glossy accents. I did their eyes and the bow and the spades and things up there. But then I took stickles, and I did the whole spider web that's on this one in the stickles and the outside of the frame. The flower on her hat. Her bow is done with just the glossy accents with a diamante in it. And then I did her boots. And then there's also a stone on each of the spades, which is really hard to see because this is on vellum, and then it's got a thick piece of plastic acetate over it. Then I also took the Tim Holtz shattered broken glass pieces and put that on top of it. So this is, you can't touch the picture. I wanted it just to have extra protection. So this is over this and then over the vellum, which is behind a square that you can see is all done up with the wax. So that's her. And then if you take the hat on top and you turn, you now have him. Which this was my main idea, is I wanted to create the guy and the girl and have one be day and one be night, and have it, you be able to turn it and see them. So he has the diamonds and he's got diamantes, and then I did the spider web on his all in stickles as well, and you can see all that. It's all there you go. And then I did the flower on his hat, his eyes, his bow, and a diamante, and then the buttons down his shirt are in the stickles, and then his hands and the outside of the frame. And then I did the same thing. It's a piece of acetate, and then the broken window or whatever. I'm not sure what it's called. Hold on, and I'll tell you what it's called. It's this. It is the Shattered Windows by Tim Holtz. So that's what I used on this one as well. So I took 2 different parts of one for each of the pictures. So that's what I used on there. So yeah, and then of course the spiral. I wish these would have fit over a little more. If I would have thought, I would have moved that over a little. But I have these pumpkins pretty close to the edge. But I mean, when it's on an angle sitting the way I like it, you can see it pretty well. So yeah, so it turns like this. So now you have her you can use during the day. And then at night you can have him like that. And this be opened for a more of a nighttime scene. But let's see, is there anything else I need to explain? Besides the wax that I did everywhere, I think I pretty much explained everything. So there is not a solid piece running through here. And in a minute, you'll see why I couldn't do it that way. So I did use some cork, and this was the hardest part, making sure this was all measured straight from here down to here with my holes, because as straight as you can be, things can be crooked, and this wouldn't have turned so well like this, but it turns really nicely. So there's a cork and a piece of wood down here, and then this, and it goes down in the hole. And then you have your box, which this is the sides, and it's all done in purple. So you have your front piece and your back piece, and then it's has cardboard in between so that it's hollow on the inside, and you'll see why in a minute. And then up at the top again, I have the rod going into a piece of cork that is glued onto the base here, and then that rod goes up through the center here and then up into the hat. So this is where I'm going to pause for a minute, and then you'll see the rest of it. So let me pause for a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to leave some lights on because I want you to still be able to see and understand. But as you can see, there is a light in here, and you can see through it. So I didn't want you to see a rod running up through the center of this when it's lit up. So there is a light that's built into the bottom of the palette that you can turn on and off, and I made it so that you can change the batteries. But I just thought it was so perfect for this project because they light up now because I did them on vellum. And then you turn this one this way. It's just so pretty. Well, it's not so pretty. It's so cool. And then, of course, this little box, this is the other one I had to borrow the light from. Or this is the one that had the light, and the other one I used this light for in here. So this one, even when it's closed, you can see it lighting up. And it changes its pattern and stuff, and I just thought that looks so cool for nighttime. It almost kind of looks like lightning back there. And then when it swings open, it kind of lights up the skeleton head. And then at the top, I took another light and cut a hole and put that candlelight that was in here. I cut a new hole in the back here and put it back there just so you can see the spider webs and the bones and things up there. It was just like a little added feature. So we all know I like my things to light up and do things. I don't know why. It's just where my creative mode goes. But I just think this is so cool with that you can see through it and see them. When it's really dark, you can really see it. But I don't want to turn off all the lights because I don't know how well it'll pick it up on my camera. But, you know, I can try. Hold on one second. Let me see how it looks when I shut off the lights. Okay, so there. So it's a little darker. I still have my computer on, but now you can kind of see, and you can see through and see her, and see him. And even though they're both on vellum, you can't see her through here. You just see him. But see how it's hollow through there? I like that. And then you see her. And I just thought that was so cute. So let me turn the lights back on. Hold on one sec. All right. So I absolutely fell in love with Tracy's Digitals. These little cards. Every time I saw somebody do a project, I was in love with the little cards. And I did do another project with them as well that I didn't get to film, and I will show it to you really quick. But this is my DT project for Tracy for October, and I apologize, it's late, but it just, sometimes it takes me a long time, and I have to work with the hours that I have. And I wanted to get this finished and be able to share it with you. I could not leave it till next year, so I did want to be able to share it with you guys. And I just love these two. Doesn't that look like they're a little couple? They're both wearing the same hat and both have a bow tie, and they have the same faces, so I thought they belonged together. So that is my little project. So I will show you the other thing I was making as well. I was making dangles, and first I started creating them from metal that I bent and then using resin. So this one isn't finished. It just has one of the skeletons on it. But again, I did them in the vellum, and I wanted to use them to make dangles. And then, so then I went out and bought a little resin piece that had the perfect sizes that I need. So on here you have the one on one side in the white, and then the black, and then I did it again here. You have that guy in the black and then in the white, and then again this one in the black and this one in the white. So, and then I just made a little dangle charm out of it. I do plan on making some more and putting some like pumpkins or beads in between them, but this was a really fun project to do too. And I was going to film making this after I made them, but time just got away from me. So that was my other project, was the little dangle, and that's going to be for a journal. So you know, I'm never done with anything. I'm always creating more. So this is my project. I hope you guys like it. I am looking forward to starting my Christmas stuff with, which I'm sure there's going to be quite a few things in that as well, because I love Christmas. And it's weird because I never used to make holiday themed stuff. And once I started doing holiday themed stuff last year, I couldn't stop. So now I am making all these kind of themed things. So there's the little light on that one. That one comes in that. And then here's the light I created on this one. And then on the bottom of the palette is the other one. Just so you can still open it and change the batteries and stuff. I wanted it always to be able to be used and be able to put new batteries in it. So that is my mixed media piece for Tracy for Halloween, using her Creep on June playing card. So I hope you guys love it. I will be seeing you again in December. Looking forward to doing the Advent December dailies again this year. So you will be seeing more of me. I don't know how much other than those days. I'm going to try and be on more, but it is just, you know, my life is just crazy. My job is just crazy busy. So anyway, but there's my project. Have a wonderful evening. If you want to see this quicker, actually it's only 24 minutes, so it shouldn't be too bad. I hope I didn't forget anything. If you have any questions, just put them down in the description and I will answer them for you. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to get out there and create something, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.